Nasa sheketina safara we. Saragisia sanasa shaktina. We good. You know what I'm talking about? You know, my timeline is interesting. See, the majority of the confirmation that I get, put a firm on that. I do not share. This has been happening with my channel since the beginning. The way I get formation is strange and unusual. Now imagine in my early teens, if I would have been paying attention, put a cash bag in front of that attention, I would have noticed it then, but I was too busy doing what I do. Yeah. Did I tell you that somebody was asking the pendulum how I knew about PIMPN? What do I know about the L's? And I'm saying, I am from San Francisco. San Francisco. You know what I'm talking about? They said, basically, was I a knock? And I laughed. I said, ha ha ha, nope. Oh no. That was not me. You know what I'm talking about? They be doing that to me too, y'all. You know, I become interested. One feels like I'm not popular, so he can reiterate. It's been 163 that have said the same thing before you. Someone said, you haven't seen her most popular video yet. He said, that's old. So I have to remind everyone that the intro to all of these recent videos have every nation, place, longitude, and latitude that I've touched visually in it. That list is long. It's long, right? So when somebody says no one sees me, no one knows who I am, it's funny. So it's kind of like you wasn't thinking before you encountered me. So where does all this phenomenal half knowledge come from? Because I'm only giving you 5% of what I know. 5%. Since there's so many majors, y'all trying to figure out which one, right? When Fig said, don't stop till I'm major, he said, it's don't stop. I don't stop. I won't stop till I'm major. You know what I'm talking about? Mandatory business. Now let's dissect mandatory. Mandatory means it's a must. Expeditiously. Not later. You feel me? Someone said she's never been to Atlanta yet. No. When a dude from ATL put in my comment section 6 years ago, when you coming to Atlanta, I laughed. I said, ha 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 ha, that won't be me ever. Because I know what goes down in the ATL. I know what goes down in Mississippi. I know what goes down in Florida and Sacramento, Cali. it's others, but yeah, you won't see me there. Because I don't need to be there. I know everybody's business there. Everybody's. You know what I'm talking about? You feel like you're German, so I don't know what's going on in Asakana, Germany. If you take a screenshot of that intro, you might be able to see Germany there. Maybe. I'm breathing in that good oxygen. Oxy. Moron. You feel me? Y'all, it's a beautiful day. The sun's trying to peek out because it was just raining. You know what I'm saying? It was just raining. So I just was feeling like I need to come on, right? Talk about the red door. Talk about the red door. I talked about the red door in the reading a month ago. The red door. What's behind the red door? Is it finna? You gonna see what's behind the red door. I know what's behind the red door. You feel me? All red doors belong to Ofikinio, the beast. The beast. The original one. I said in the most recent video that the red door was symbolic. It's different for everyone. You know what I'm saying? In real estate, the red door means something specific. Y'all don't know nothing about that. But even that is mystical. Not the artist. This one, he feels like any one that I announce, he can say that he is spiritually. Because only him can see me where he is at. You gotta ask yourself, are you in a simulation? Like, is you the dude, like, in Get Out? You remember when he fell and he just was falling through that void? That's a void, right? There was a lot of reference to Splafakini in there. It's a different type of spellcraft. The whole stirring of the tea in the teacup. Tea leaves. Y'all want to know how to do that type of stuff. And I say, no, you don't. No, you do not. And if you book with me, I'll tell you why. I said, this is business, not personal. I know you tried to Osefi me. But I separate my emotions from my money. You know what I'm talking about? You got to. Especially now. You know, when you're trying to expand, expand in the world, broaden your horizons, diversify your funds and whatnot, you realize that you gotta move different. You gotta move the same, but different, like with the clock, sometimes. If you could just remember when you were 16 specifically, and you had one, it was not legit. You know what I'm saying? Now, that one is legit. It's different. That means if the 5 O's pull up, if it's right, it's right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to worry about. It's a different energy when you just legit. You know, your name don't matter. You know. Now, if I call myself Madam Ether, you know what I'm saying? Depending on who's seen that, they would say, Ether is one of them. Let's watch her. You know what I'm saying? Physically. But that's not me. You know? I am copacetic, 100, legit. I don't have those problems. My head is not on a swivel. Bobble head. I said, do not play with me, sassafras, because I am not the one to play with. The red door is significant because everything behind a red door is mystical. You feel me? This one, Issa Phenosis Shikiti, he wants to be Sukta Shaka. That's who he want to be. Y'all see, y'all hear, and some of y'all see in these videos, right, that come from my era, men and males that were really about that life. And you want to be that. I get it. Do you want to do the things he do too? This is why it's important for the hood to know who I am. Because these ninjas do. And if I happen to display anything with you in it, they are going to say that they are you. However, because you came up on my radar, that meant it was time for you to see me. And me to see you. It's important. Is that a good thing? Well, like I said 2-3 weeks ago, that we were going to get different types of readings. Different types. Now, if you've been watching me for a long time, you already know that I'm different. I was different before I knew who I was. And I'm different now. I'm different every day. You know, every day I'm growing and I'm learning. You know, sometimes I take pride in saying I outrank you to one of the originals, because I'll be doing that. You know what I'm saying? I outrank you here. They waiting for y'all to do it. That they say that's a sign of Lucifer. He come in and smelling everything. Why does he do that? Because he want to know if you sit for no. Kairos here. Hold your breath, because I'm going to hold my nose. Kairos is different. Y'all don't know who Kairos is in history because he wasn't ever documented. That's why. But you call on him every day. Kairos, take this off me, please. Kairos. If you knew that Kairos did not like you from the beginning and he will not like you in your end, you wouldn't do that. These are men of honor. That means they do everything that the big G say. Y'all don't like that. Y'all want to say the you world is atrocious, that they go against the big G. And it's not like that. It's the opposite. Like your eyes. One be looking over there, and the other one be over there. But it's either, I already told y'all. I am not a part of the rainbow community until someone that I don't want to talk to appears. Then I am. You know what I'm talking about? Let's talk about domain names. I want to talk about domain names. If somebody believe they can start a website with my name, why would you, what would you do? Like, what you gonna do, sell t-shirts or something? Ethers, catchy slogans, sayings, I mean. What did she say? Get in there like a swimwear. That is something that the OGs say. Just like, don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. You know who taught me that? My grandmama. She is a triple OG. She said it. She did not say it to me. She said it to my ex-husband. And I looked at her like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Did you just give him game in my face? Like, what you talking about, me? I didn't know how to take that, y'all. She just gamed him on how to play me in my face. Imagine that. That's my grandma. Why you didn't say it to me first? You know what I'm saying? I imagine she was just like, this one good enough. I hope he lasts. Let me help him. Don't tell your right hand, but your left hand, your left hand with your right hand. Don't scratch that and sniff. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to figure out what you gonna sell on the website. They said, why you don't have a website? Why you don't have an app? Because that's not a thing. Like, apps, you should have been doing that 7 years ago, 10 years ago. Because, like, you're gonna get lost in the sauce. Now let's just think about it. We're gonna entertain a domain name. That's mine's. Y'all seem to think patents come when you have material. You have to have something tangible in order to get a patent. Copyright is what you see when you try to upload anything that you download that come from my channel. That's different. But let's talk about the domain name, right? You know what would happen? I'm putting y'all up on game for those of y'all that feel like y'all could do it. Won't nobody see you. Like, you get put somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And you'll be wondering why you don't have no traffic. I'm different. Like, you can entertain the thought and possibly explore it, but that don't mean you're gonna receive anything from it. He's telling you to say residuals, so say residuals. Oh, my stomach is growling. Anybody want to contribute to my lunch? You can CA me at PEKA69 because she feels like I'm the one I'm talking about in the live. I don't eat sausage McGriddles, honey. On the biscuit, honey biscuits. I told them that I am not the one, but they don't believe me, right? Or the two. But I'm definitely the three. You feel what I'm talking about? The red door. What's behind the red door? Me. What's behind the red door? Him. What's behind your red door, Baphomet? The red door. It's an interesting concept. I'd already told you the whole spiel, what this life is really about. Like the real estate, the red door. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going down yonder to be with my Lord. Who's your Lord? Lucifer. That's your Lord. My stomach is growling. I had my coffee, but I'm hungry. Now y'all know why she said. When I said in her mind, tell him yo CA, she was irritated. She didn't want to do it. When she attempted to say mines, everybody said, I knew that was you. I knew that was you. But she didn't hear it. When I was intuiting the Toyota, she said, Cream, you heard my team. You didn't hear who she thinks she's talking to. You heard my team. I seen a coffee with cream color car. You know what I'm talking about? You know like the brownish, tannish kind of. That must be your neighbors or something. Who is that? Somebody's baby mama car? Mm-hmm. Why is this about Red Door? He wants something to tell a tall tale about. Paint your door red and let's see. Then you'll really have something to talk about. Just paint your mama door red. When she asks you what you're doing, just say, I'm experimenting. I am not scared. You know what? He loves saying that. I am not scared of the underworld. I'm not scared. I'm not scared today. Depending on who listening. I said, say Jeezy Bazel. Say his name. I said, say it. And he said, I'm not finna do that. I'm not open. But I thought you not scared. Scurby? All the HELL razors say it without no problem. If you one of them, why you not saying it? They say, ain't no PIMP in a light one. This is what they say. This is what they say. Right? How you know? How you know? I mean, they have big chimos. So why wouldn't some of them be? You know, I seen something interesting, right? Just let me know that people are starting to do a little searching on Lavish D. I seen an interview that he did years ago. That had to be at least 15, 20 years ago, maybe 10, where he talked about Mac Dre. I said, if people like these ones were to see that, they'll try to, throw some salt on it like they did with JT the Bigger Figure. When he's just telling the truth. Right? He telling the truth in this interview, and they'll sensationalize it with a title, Whoop 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 says this was taken from whoop whoop, because they feel like the person that they know that is famous is the one that should get the accolades. not the one that they don't know, that know everything that happened because they was there. You know what I'm saying? They feel like when you in the background, you're not important. Everybody in the background is the one making money. That's how I was taught when I was raised, raised up. It's the ones that you don't see is the ones that make the money. Then you put some of them contracts on it, and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like contracts. Everything is stated clear, you know. Woo woo, woo 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 woo. Then you seal the deal with a cha-ching. That's a handshake. Cha-ching! I am a woman first. So that means anything having to do with the heart chakra is coming last. You know what I'm talking about? Because I be like, how many times I live? 30, 40, 50. Oh, I still got 100 lives to go. I can take care of that later. He feels that way. We different. You know what I'm saying? A life one relationships are different. I said, you want them? Go talk to him. Let's see what he say. You think you could do it better than me? Guac, queen? Then let's see. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. You see how big his hands is? Like, could you imagine him mushing you in the face like he do all the time? Get out of here. We different in Cali. Talk to the hand is right. The 5 fingers. Talk to them. Schmack. We different out here. She talking about domain cause Pimpin' Ken. Woo 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 woo. What you know about Pimpin' Ken? Huh? This one free. This one free. This one only. This one only. What you know about Pimpin' Ken? Come on. Pimpin' Ken from. Where you from? You his son? Because this is what they do. They say, I'm him. And then they say, I'm his son. Then they try to see if you have any children. They backwards, right? You're supposed to see first. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I was gonna be an awker, I would do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? They're not logical. One thing he knows is now he's going to be super observant when y'all go into his lives. Because he know y'all playing with them Ouija boards, not Ouija boards, because that's for the originals. And all of that stuff. Now y'all know that crosses are not sacred with these ones. They don't mean the same thing to us as they do to them. You know what I'm saying? I said that is a crucifix because that's what it is. Why would you want to have that around your neck? That is a haskania. And to those that were here, in that energy frequency, they understood. And a lot of them took it off because it made sense, right? If Yeshua was up on there, that means he a black man, right? But why you wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotta be. It's gotta be a vice. And from that vice, it was a Haskana. Because so many were moved by the hemoglobin of Yeshua. Imagine if that was you. Like, and it became a whole movement surrounding your face. Like, why? Who grasped the concept that that would be a religious symbol? Somebody that wanted to scapegoat him. You know, when they start believing that they are you, you know, they start moving like they are you, and then all of a sudden they may encounter you and they be like, why are you trying to be me? Wait a minute. Wait, what? Like, some of them, they be so out of it that they really believe that they are you. One said, right, spiritually, in their mind, they said this: she took my body. She being me. What? She took my body. That is me. The being is me. What? This is what happens when they watch me and become fascinated. They become fascinated with me. And they can't figure out how to take from me. So they just want to be me. I said, Big G, it's never ever over. Like, you keep saying it's over, it's done. You know, I know they way over there, but I don't want to hear them. Like, I don't want to hear them. I don't care if they want to be me and this and that, because it do something to you. You know, you catch me on the right day, I'll make a whole life about it. But the concept of the red door, that's something else. The Big G makes a way. The domain thing is something that I've bore witness to. That has been happening for years. Content creators have been doing this for at least a decade or more. The companies did it before, but now it's content creators. And they do it because they want to mess with the person that they're doing it to, not profit off of them. Y'all be doing some other stuff thinking that you know, that's a concept that I learned about in the conscious gate. Now go ahead and spend 150 trying to see if you can mess with me, because would it be funny if I have access to it? Like, if I just swooped it, you can't even get in. Thank you for the free domain name. What y'all don't realize is YouTube is a corporation. Is it? Yeah, it's affiliated with Google. So where you gonna get this? Where you gonna go? Now you're talking business. I talk business all the time. You need to join my financial tier. You know what I'm saying? Like, for those of you that are worried about them knowing the specs, I already got a protocol for that. You know what I'm saying? You just got to reach out to me at oracleoftheether@gmail.com. And it's going to be all gravy. Matter of fact, you're going to feel like it's more beneficial to be on the financial tier, possibly even the 6. because everything coming out about them. And when they come and they say, whoop, 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 video is there, they gonna be like, that's you. You see what I'm saying? I am the middle woman. You see? You see, that's what you're paying me for. I'm the intercessor, not the vice. Let's normalize saying that. Ether is the intercessor, not the vice. It's copacetic, it's feasible, it's reasonable. You feel me? Ether trying to, Ether is always trying. Till that casket drop. Not, because I'm not one that's going to go in a casket. You feel me? I'm not going in no casket. I imagine, excuse me, why? When it's my time, I'm just going to fly off. I like to fly away. You said I like to fly away. You said I like to fly away. Zoom, baby. You just see me. The locks with the blue, with the blue pullover. That's my standard picture. You know what I'm saying? So if you see, if you see me flying with a blue pullover and locks, that's me. Flying away. You know what I'm talking about? This heifer. I didn't see it. I didn't talk about the red door. They want me to go into like 30-minute lectures, about stuff. When you already know it's an upset. Why is your right brain is telling you that it's an upset, but the left brain, that's where all that darks be at. You know what I'm saying? That compound in paint, that's what's over there. Wait a minute, what side is the creative side? Look it up. Nobody must be donating. Nope, they not. I got a lot of membership videos to get through. She said I should be working. I am working right now, sweetheart. I'm working. Zoom, baby. That's my one, y'all. When I first heard that song, I said, wow. Wow. Y'all probably said the same thing. Just something about that era of music. This is different, For some of us, our parents, we was conceived during that time, where all of them, it was they were stepping in sync, They didn't need no synthesizers, no hanging microphones or none of that. And it just sound exceptional, You're like, why, You ever just feel like we need to go back to the old way of doing things with some stuff? Because it sound better. Sound matters. Like, sometimes I'm listening to music. Yeah, I'm going there again. Right now, I'll be like, this would be a lot better if they use a different medium. Hey, it would sound a lot better. That's why you go to sound engineers, because they know, they got an ear for that. You know, some phones, when you create content, sound better when it's far away. You know, you won't hear all the breathing and stuff, and whoop, whoop, whoop. And, if you stay still, you don't hear the leather, people think you farting and stuff. Because they lack maturity. They're immature. Can y'all hear me? Because it's like kind of far away. I'm saying, can you hear me? You know what I noticed about iPhones? That iPhones pick up the background noise better than you. And for the ones that are super duper nosy, they want to hear everything in the background. Like, what? What is they doing in the background? I'm talking to you. This is, for y'all that are famous celebrities, no matter what genre, hood celebrities, y'all got to understand that when you come on social media, right, it kind of diminishes you a little bit because you become accessible. Because otherwise, they don't have access to you. Like, if I were to just upload videos and not come on live, they wouldn't have access to me unless they work with me. The same with y'all. Now, for some, that's a good thing, Like, I don't know. I don't follow Beyonce, but if somebody like Beyonce came on live, it would probably diminish her value. I don't know if she goes live or not because I don't follow her. But I'm just saying, like, if somebody knows that Bay goes live, then you can't tell me because my chat, and then don't email me about that, bars, because I do not care. But when people feel like they could just come on your live and talk to you like they know you and disrespect you, it diminishes you in their eyes. But I understand why it's needed, because you are a normal person. It's there. It's another way to accumulate money. So I'm all for it. But I'm saying the effects, what happens, because they come and they say some of the wildest stuff. And when they feel like they can go in your pockets, what they do is poke the bear. They'll say something that they know is utterly disrespectful and then come to an event, like, it's what they do with real celebrities. The ones they feel got zeros attached to their name. Not me. I'm different. I show up in a dream like, what you say? How you gon', I mean, she said it on live. I know. This is for entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just saying or whatnot. If I just showed up in a dream, I'd just be like, what you say? Wop, wop, wop. That was not me. That's like a gift that all elect ones have. Hint, hint. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? HE-double-L razors are elect ones. Y'all, so you feel me? Hint, hint, wink, wink, wink. When I said, who mama wear panties? Somebody's head went on a swerve. They don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that have experienced it, they just be quiet. They don't say nothing. Because what you gonna say? All of a sudden you hear, call the popo, call the popo, call the policia. This one, right? Every time I say anything that they feel is a T word, they say, it's monetized right now. Yeah, right now. Go out and come back in. You know what I'm talking about? Please. Share the live. I don't say that enough. Can y'all share? Sharing is caring. Share the live. Because if you don't share it, somebody's gonna see me. So share it. If you don't want nobody to see me. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of the day. Let's see. Work. Work. That's it. That is it.